It was 3:17 a.m. when my phone jolted me awake, buzzing insistently on the chipped nightstand of my shoebox apartment. The screen glowed with a text from my sister Tara. Check Mom's Facebook. Right now. Something's seriously wrong. I groaned, squinting against the harsh light, my brain still half-tangled in a dream about diner grease and unpaid bills. I figured Tara was overreacting. Maybe Mom had posted some cringeworthy meme or a rant about her latest dating flop. But when I opened the app, there she was, Linda Marie Thompson, my mother, grinning like a kid on Christmas, her sun-bleached hair whipping in a tropical breeze, a margarita the size of her head clutched in her freshly manicured hand. She stood on a beach, waves crashing behind her, the sky a ridiculous swirl of orange and pink that screamed postcard paradise. The caption punched me square in the gut. New chapter, new me. Cheers to freedom. Posted 2 hours ago, timestamped somewhere far from our Rust Belt, Ohio town. My stomach didn't just twist, it dropped like a stone. Because 8 hours earlier, while I was scrubbing ketchup off a booth at the diner, I'd gotten an email from my bank. The joint account I'd set up for Dad's medical bills, the one I'd bled every spare cent into for the past year and a half, was empty. $15,000 gone. Vanished like smoke. Dad's been wrestling lung cancer for 2 years, a slow, brutal grind that's turned my gruff, chain-smoking father, the guy who taught me to throw a punch and fix a carburetor, into a frail shell who wheezes through every sentence. Chemo's been a meat grinder, radiation's torched his insides, and the experimental drugs we pinned our hopes on come with a price tag that laughs at my $12 an hour gig slinging hash browns. After their divorce 5 years back, Mom swore she'd pitch in. I can still see her at her kitchen table, mascara-streaked cheeks glistening as she gripped my hand. He's still my Danny Jake, she'd said, voice cracking. I'll help. I promise. She'd been working part-time as a bookkeeper, pulling in enough to cover her rent and the occasional wine night with her girlfriends. So we set up the account, joint, because she said it'd be simpler for her to transfer her share. I trusted her. She's my mom. For 18 months, I'd worked doubles, skipped weekend with friends, sold my beat-up Camaro, even pawned my old guitar and a box of baseball cards from junior high, watching that fund crawl upward. $15,000 wasn't a lottery win, but for a single guy in a dead-end town, raising a kid's sister through college and keeping Dad alive, it was a goddamn mountain. It was his lifeline. And now, a margarita on a beach. I called Tara back, pacing my cramped living room, the threadbare carpet rough under my bare feet, my breath fogging in the October chill seeping through the cracked window. She's in Mexico, I said, my voice trembling like a strung-out wire. Cancun, I think. I saw a sign in the photo. And Tara, the money's gone. All of it. She sucked in a sharp breath, the kind she makes when Liam, her 3-year-old, knocks over something fragile. You're shitting me. Tell me this is a joke, Jake. It wasn't. I told her about the bank email, how I'd skimmed it during my break and dismissed it as a glitch, too exhausted to dig deeper. No glitch, I said. It's empty. Tara went quiet, then muttered, You think she took it? I didn't want to believe it. The idea clawed at me, raw and ugly. My own mother stealing from her dying ex-husband, from us. But that neon sign behind her, Cancun Nights, wasn't some dive bar glow. That was resort cash, big time. I don't know. I lied because admitting it felt like swallowing broken glass. Tara snorted, bitter. Bullshit. I'm coming over at dawn. We'll sort this. I mumbled okay and hung up, collapsing onto the sagging couch. Sleep was a lost cause. My phone sat there, Mom's post glaring back, a taunt I couldn't unsee. I refreshed it, praying it'd vanish. It didn't. By 6:45 a.m., I was chain-smoking on my balcony, the cold biting through my hoodie, the city waking up below, cars honking, buses rumbling, a world that didn't care my life just detonated. I called the bank as soon as they opened, my voice hoarse from nicotine and no sleep. The teller, a woman with a flat, seen-it-all tone, walked me through the carnage. 5 transfers over 3 days, all to an account I didn't know. $2,000 Monday, $3,000 Tuesday, $1,500 Wednesday. Then 2 fat hits, $4,000 and $4,500 on Thursday. Since she's a joint holder, the teller droned, it's authorized access. You need to prove fraud to challenge it. Prove fraud. Against Mom. My hands shook as I lit another cigarette, ash fluttering onto the railing. What's that mean exactly? I asked. She sighed. Police report, maybe court. It's a civil mess unless she confesses. I muttered thanks and hung up, staring at the gray skyline. My phone pinged. Another post. Mom, sprawled on a lounge chair, a floppy straw hat shading her tanned face, captioned, Paradise found. No looking back. The beach stretched endless behind her, palm trees swaying, and I could almost hear the waves mocking me. I dialed her. Voicemail. Hey, it's Linda. Leave a message. Or don't. I'm probably living my best life. Beep. I chucked the phone onto a pile of laundry and sank to the concrete. Head in my hands, the cigarette burning down to my fingers. Tara rolled in at 9:10, Liam toddling behind her, clutching a battered toy truck that clattered against the floor. She thrust a styrofoam coffee cup into my hands and flopped onto the couch, her dark circles mirroring mine. She's lost her goddamn mind, she said, sipping her latte, her voice tight with exhaustion. The divorce screwed her up, but this is next-level sociopath shit. I handed her the bank records I'd printed off my ancient Dell, the transfers staring back in stark black ink. Dates, amounts, a stranger's account number. Tara's jaw clenched, her fingers tracing the lines. $5,000 here, 3 there. She was siphoning it slow, betting we wouldn't notice. Liam banged his truck against my coffee table, humming a tuneless song, oblivious to the storm brewing. I rubbed my temples, a headache blooming like a bruise. She's been off lately, I said, voice low, dodging Dad's hospital visits, bitching about needing a reset. I thought it was stress. Tara scoffed, loud and sharp. Stress doesn't buy a plane ticket to Cancun. She yanked out her phone, pulled up Mom's Facebook, and started scrolling, her thumb flicking fast. Look at this crap. New suitcase 3 weeks ago, caption ready for takeoff. A month back, cutting ties, finding peace. She's been dropping hints, Jake, and we missed it. We turned into detectives that morning, fueled by caffeine and fury. Tara called our cousin Mike, a scrawny IT guy with a shady side hustle and a knack for cracking passwords. He patched in over speakerphone while I brewed more coffee, the cheap grounds bitter enough to match my mood. Give me an hour, Mike said, his voice tinny through the line. I'll poke her email, see what's up. Liam napped on the couch, truck still in his fist, while Tara and I pored over Mom's posts. The breadcrumbs were there, buried in the noise. Selfies with new luggage, cryptic statuses about freedom calling. A photo from 2 days before the first transfer. Her holding a plane ticket, blurred just enough to hide the destination. Captioned, soon, baby, soon. My gut churned, acid rising. She planned this, I said, slamming the mug down, coffee sloshing onto the table. Tara nodded, eyes hard, like a goddamn heist. Mike called back at 11:30, triumphant. One-way ticket to Cancun, booked last Tuesday. Paid with the joint account debit card. Your card, Jake. Hotel 2, 5-star, oceanfront, spa package, the works. She's bawling out. Tara's nails dug into her palms. She's not even pretending to hide it. Liam stirred, whining for a snack, and she handed him a granola bar without looking, her focus laser-sharp on the phone. We sat there, stunned, the weight settling in. Mom hadn't just snapped. She'd orchestrated this, step by step, while I was flipping burgers and Tara was juggling night classes and motherhood. What's our move? I asked, voice hollow. Mike laughed, dry and cutting. Call her bluff. She's too smug to back down. Tara leaned forward, elbows on her knees. We confront her. But not yet. Dad can't know. He'd collapse if he found out. I nodded, picturing him in his recliner, oxygen tank humming, grinning through the pain. He'd always had a soft spot for Mom, even after she walked out, blaming her flakiness on finding herself. If he knew she'd traded his life for a beach chair, it'd gut him worse than the cancer ever could. Tomorrow, I said. We plan tomorrow. Tara agreed, scooping up Liam, who'd smeared granola on the couch. Sleep on it, Jake. We'll hit her hard. That night, I drove to Dad's place, a squat ranch house on the outskirts of town, the yard overgrown with weeds he couldn't tame anymore. He was in his recliner, oxygen tank hissing like a metronome, Jeopardy flickering on the ancient TV. His eyes lit up when I walked in, all teeth despite the hollow cheeks and gray skin. Hey, kiddo, he rasped, patting the armrest. You look like roadkill. Diner, where you out? I forced a grin, handed him a greasy burger and fries from Rudy's down the road. Long week, old man. He took the bag, chuckling, and I sank into the lumpy couch, watching him eat, each bite slow and deliberate. He defended Mom through everything. Her affairs, her disappearing acts, the divorce. She's just lost Jake, he'd say, eyes soft. Give her time. If I told him now, that softness would shatter. I stayed till he dozed off, his snores wet and ragged, the TV droning about obscure rivers. Back in my car, engine off, I sat under the streetlight, the silence heavy. My phone buzzed. Mom's latest, a video, her twirling barefoot on the sand at sunset, laughing like she hadn't a care. Best decision I've ever made, the caption read. I gripped the steering wheel till my knuckles turned white, the dashboard clock ticking past 1 a.m., each second a hammer on my chest. Morning broke gray and cold, no mercy in it. I called the bank again at 8 sharp, pacing the balcony, cigarette dangling, begging for a lifeline. Same story, same flat voice. Joint account, authorized user, civil matter. File a police report if you think it's theft. Theft. The word lodged in my throat, jagged and real. I texted Tara. We've got to hit her now. She fired back. She texted me at 3 a.m. reclaiming my youth, she says. Told me I'm dramatic. Call her. I did, hand slick with sweat. Voicemail again, that chipper greeting mocking me. Her posts kept rolling in, cocktails with tiny umbrellas, a boat tour with dolphins leaping in the wake, a bikini selfie by an infinity pool, water shimmering like liquid glass. Each one tagged, Cancun, Mexico, like she wanted me to see every dollar burn. Tara called at noon, Liam wailing in the background over a spilled juice box. I got through, she said, switching to speaker. Mom's voice crackled through, breezy and smug, a faint mariachi band playing somewhere behind her. Oh, Tara, honey, relax. It's not like Danny's dying tomorrow. I needed this. Divorce bills, his constant misery. I deserve something for me. I snatched the phone, my voice a snarl. Something for you? That was $15,000, Mom. Dad's medical fund. What the hell are you thinking? She laughed, high sharp like I told a joke. Jake, you're so serious. I'll pay it back when I get settled. I'm starting over down here. New job, new life. You'll see. My fist clenched, nails biting skin. He needs it now, not when you're settled. His next treatment's in 2 weeks. She paused, then sighed, dismissive. He's tougher than you think. He'll be fine. Besides, it's mostly spent, flights, hotel, a few necessities. Can't undo that now, sweetie. The line went dead. Tara stared at me across the room, her face pale, Liam tugging at her jeans. She's gone full delusional, she whispered. I stormed to the kitchen, slamming cupboard doors, the crash echoing off peeling linoleum. She's taunting us, I said, kicking a chair. Tara nodded, scooping Liam onto her hip. Then we fight back. I filed the police report that afternoon, my boots scuffing the precinct's tiled floor. I carried a manila folder stuffed with evidence, bank statements, screenshots of Mom's posts, Mike's email dump with flight and hotel receipts. Officer Torres, a stocky guy with a graying mustache and tired eyes, flipped through it, his pen tapping the desk. Joint account complicates this, he said, scratching his jaw. Looks shady as hell. Bragging online's a dumb move, but she's got legal access. We'll log it, maybe shake her up if she comes back stateside, but you're likely stuck with small claims court. I nodded, numb, the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. He took my statement, typing slow, asking for details, dates, amounts, her voice on that call, smug and untouchable. Anything else? He asked, leaning back. I slid the latest post across. A yacht selfie, captioned, living the dream I earned. Torres raised an eyebrow. Earned, huh? Ballsy. I left with a case number and a pit in my stomach, my phone buzzing as I hit the parking lot. Mom at a rooftop bar, $200 steak dinner plated beside her, worth every penny. Tara and I split the next steps over takeout that night, pizza grease staining the coffee table. She called Dad's oncologist, spinning a tale about payment delays, begging for a grace period on the next round. The doc sighed through the line. 2 weeks, max, then we're risking collapse. I tackled Mom's new life claims, Mike on speaker, digging deeper. Her LinkedIn was a mess of hype. Posts about relocating for exciting opportunities in Cancun, no job offers, just vague promises. Her Facebook was a goddamn circus. Spa days with ocean view massages, a $300 snorkeling trip, a new leather purse she modeled in a mirror selfie. Old high school friends cheered her on. You go, girl. Living your truth. Like she was some feminist icon. I wanted to reach through the screen and throttle them. She's torching it all, I said, shoving my plate away. Tara no feeding liam a crust. And rubbing our faces in it. We stabilized Dad. Then we bury her. Friday, the family started circling. Aunt Carol called, her voice dripping with syrupy pity. Linda's been a wreck since the divorce, Jake. Maybe she cracked? Give her some grace. She'll come around. I cut her off sharp. Grace doesn't pay for chemo, Carol. She gasped, then hung up. Uncle Ray texted Tara, all sanctimonious. Keep this private, hon. Lawsuits tear families apart. She fired back. Stealing from your dying brother does too, asshole. The split was forming. Half the relatives rallying behind Mom's hard time. The other half too spineless to pick a side. Dad still didn't know. I couldn't face him, not after his last visit when he'd coughed blood into a napkin, grinning through it. Tough old bastard, huh, he'd said, patting my arm. Tara, and I swore to shield him till we had a plan. But every post, Mom zip-lining over a jungle canopy, Mom at a tequila tasting with a $50 shot, tightened the noose, the clock ticking louder with every smug caption. Saturday slammed into us like a freight train. Dad called at 5:50 a.m., his voice a wet, rattling mess. Jake, I'm tanking bad. Doc says we can't skip this round. Lungs are drowning in crap. My heart seized a cold fist around it. I lied, smooth as silk. We're sorting the money, Dad. Hang in there, okay? He chuckled, faint and reedy. You're a good kid. Don't fuss too much. I hung up, punched the wall till my knuckles split, plaster dust coating my fist, blood smearing the faded paint. Tara showed up at 8. Liam in his stroller, her eyes red-rimmed from crying or a lack of sleep. Maybe both. We're out of time, she said, collapsing onto the couch, her voice breaking. He's fading fast. I nodded, wiping my hand on my jeans, the sting grounding me. Lawyer Monday. No more screwing around. She pulled up Mom's latest, her lounging by an infinity pool, cocktail in hand, captioned, never going back. Sorry, not sorry. I slammed my laptop shut, the screen cracking faintly at the edge. She's dead to me, I growled. Tara's eyes glinted, fierce. Then we make her feel it. She had a spark, a wicked one. She loves her audience. Let's take it away. She started commenting on every post, calm but razor sharp. Nice pool, Mom. How's it feel spending Dad's cancer money? Love the drink. How many chemo sessions was that? Public. Right there for her 300 followers to see. Mom deleted them fast, but not fast enough. Her friends started buzzing. Linda, what's this about? Is Tara serious? She fired back with a rant. My kids are toxic. Respect my journey. But the cracks were showing. Likes dropped from dozens to single digits. Her cheerleaders went silent. Tara smirked, grim and victorious. She hates losing the spotlight. Keep pushing. I went harder. Found her hotel's Facebook page. Posted a review. Mom's loving your resort. Funded by $15,000, she swiped from my dad's medical fund. Cheers to that. They scrubbed it within an hour, but Mike screenshotted it, blasted it to Cancun travel groups, tagging her name. By Sunday, she was unhinged, called Tara, voice shrill over the line. You're humiliating me in front of everyone. Stop this shit. Tara didn't flinch. Pay it back, and it stops. You move. Mom hung up, posted a cryptic sob story. Some people can't forgive a woman chasing happiness. Happiness, like Dad's life, was her stepping stone. Monday, I met Rachel, a lawyer with a buzz cut, a no-bullshit stare, and a handshake that could crush walnuts. She spread my folder across her desk, bank records, screenshots, Mike's hacks, and nodded slow, like a hunter sizing up prey. Civil case, strong as hell. Joint account's a snag, but her intent's clear. She's bragging about it online. We'll file for theft, emotional distress, maybe punitive damages. She's cooked. She wanted to take months, courts being what they are, but Dad didn't have months. I signed anyway, my pen shaking. Do it, I said. She grinned, predatory. Oh, I will. That night, Tara texted. Mom's hotel kicked her out after the online heat hit their reviews. Her next post was a selfie in a dingy motel, captioned, rough patch, but I'll rise. No more infinity pools or yacht vibes. I felt a flicker of grim joy, but it didn't fix Dad. Tuesday night, he hit the ER, fluid in his lungs, coughing red into a tissue, his hands trembling. The doc pulled me aside in the hall, his face grim. Next treatment's critical. You've got a week, tops, or he's toast. I nodded, throat too tight to speak, and drove him home, his breathing a wet gurgle beside me. Mom posted again. Dive bar, cheap beer, haters can't break me. I muted her, done staring at her circus. Wednesday, we scrambled like cornered animals. I sold my TV, my guitar, a box of comics I'd hoarded since high school. Scraped $2,200. Tara pawned her wedding ring. Her ex's ghost long faded, pulling $1,800. We begged the hospital, $4,000 down, bought a partial treatment, a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Mom's post slowed, her shine tarnishing. Friday, she uploaded a video, slurring into the camera, her motel room a mess of empty bottles behind her. My kids think I'm a monster, but I'm just living. Jake, Tara, you'll regret this. She toasted the screen with a Coors Light, lipstick smudged. Tara forwarded it to Rachel, who cackled over the phone. She's handing us the win. Keep it coming. The family pushed back harder. Aunt Carol sobbing on my voicemail. You're tearing us apart, Jake. She's your mother. Uncle Ray showed up at Tara's with $3,000 cash, all sanctimonious. Settle it quiet, for Danny's sake. Tara laughed in his face, slammed the door. Not even close, Ray. Dad's treatment loomed, and we were still $11,000 short, the clock a guillotine blade. Thursday, Grandma Ruth called, her voice quaking like thin ice. Saw Linda's post on my iPad. Tell me it ain't true, Jacob. I broke down, spilled it all. Money, Mexico, Dad's decline, Mom's smug margarita grin. She gasped, a sound like a wounded bird, then went silent. That's not my girl, she said finally. Do what you gotta do. She wired $1,000 from her pension that afternoon. No questions, no guilt trips. Tara cried when I told her, Liam napping in her lap, his truck clutched tight. We've got one on our side, she said, wiping her face. Saturday, Mom called, her voice raw, no trace of the swagger. Jake, I fucked up. I'm broke, stuck here. Thought I'd land a job, but it's falling apart. I didn't soften an inch. You stole from Dad. He's dying while you sip cocktails. Cry me a river. She sobbed, messy and loud. I'll sell stuff, send it back. Just stop trashing me online. I laughed, cold as ice. Pay up, or the lawsuit's next. Clock's ticking. She hung up, and an hour later, posted a pity plea. Lost everything to family drama. Need support. No one bit. Her comments were a ghost town. Sunday, she listed her suitcase on a Cancun swap page. $50, down from $400 she'd bragged about. Emergency sale, need cash. I felt nothing but contempt. Monday, Dad started treatment, pale as death but fighting his hand gripping mine in the hospital bed. I sat in the waiting room, scrolling X to kill the dread, when Tara texted a screenshot. Mom's selling clothes online, slash prices, desperation in every word. She'd sent $1,500 via PayPal. Note shaky. More soon. I am sorry. Rachel filed it as evidence of guilt, her voice gleeful. She's cracking like an egg. That night, Dad woke up weak but lucid and grabbed my wrist, eyes sharp despite the haze. You're hiding something, kid. Spill it. I couldn't lie anymore. Told him about Mom, the theft, the war we'd waged. His face crumpled, but he didn't cry, just nodded slow. She always ran from hard shit. Don't let her drag you down too. I swore she wouldn't, my voice breaking. Tuesday, Tara's comments hit gold. Mom's old friends turned. Patty, her high school bestie, sent $500 with a note. Linda's unhinged. I'm so sorry. Others followed, $200 here, $300 there, pushing us to $7,000 by Wednesday, with Mom's $2,000 from a watch sale. Her posts turned frantic, trying to fix this. Please see it. Thursday, Grandma hosted dinner, no Mom invited. Aunt Carol showed up, head bowed, and slid $2,000 across the table. I was wrong, she muttered. She's got no defense. Uncle Ray coughed up $1,000, silent for once, his usual bluster gone. We hit $10,000, enough for Dad's next round. He sat at the head, oxygen tank humming, and raised a glass of water, his hand trembling but firm. To real family, he rasped. I clinked mine against his throat tight, the room quiet but solid. Friday, Mom called, voice a wreck. I'm coming home. Broke, ashamed. Don't drop the suit. I deserve it. She landed Saturday, crashing at Patty's, showed up Sunday with $3,000 cash, her suitcase battered, eyes sunken behind smudged mascara. Sold what I could, she said, voice small. I took it, didn't invite her in. Dad's alive because we fought you. Chew on that. She nodded, tears streaking her face, and shuffled off, a ghost of the woman she'd been. Monday, Dad's second treatment held. He grinned through the 4 drip. Tough bastard, huh? Rachel pushed the suit. Court set for next month. $15,000 plus damages on the table. Mom's temping at a call center, sending $500 monthly. Her text timid. Therapy's rough. Hope you're okay. I don't reply. Tara's thriving in her new gig. Liam's truck obsession endless. And the family's hushed. No more excuses for Mom. Dad scans clean so far. Doc says he's got a shot at years. Last night, he gripped my arm on the porch, sunset painting the sky, his voice steady. You're steel, Jake. Save me. I nodded, chest full, the fight still echoing in my bones. 2 months later, Dad's grilling burgers in the backyard. Oxygen tank parked by the patio, his laugh rough but alive. Mom's in a halfway house downtown. Therapy court-ordered after a meltdown. Patty called me, said she'd trashed her apartment in a drunken spiral, screaming about losing everything. She sent $1,000 last week, note shaky. I see it now. Too late, but I see. Rachel won the case yesterday. $18,000 total. Garnish for Mom's wages. A slow bleed she'll feel for years. Tara got her ring back from the pawn shop. Slipped it on with a smirk, and Liam starting preschool next week, chattering about trucks nonstop. Family dinner skip Mom now. But Grandma's there, fierce as a hawk. Her eyes wet when she talks about Dad's recovery. His latest test came back golden. He's got time, real time. Yesterday, he hugged me, rough and rare, his arms thin but strong. You fought for me, kid. Won't forget that. I hugged back, silent, the weight lifting slow. Mom's a shadow we're leaving behind. Scarred, broke, and finally fading. We're solid, battered but standing, rebuilding one messy, beautiful day at a time. Well, folks, what did you think of that story? Pretty wild, huh? If it hooked you, smash that like button. It really helps us out. And hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We've got plenty more where this came from. Drop a comment below. Tell us what you think. Who's right, who's wrong? Let's get the convo going.